Hey there, my name is Joe, and in this video, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of some of the routine administrative tasks that we really encourage that you do to kind of keep OpsLock running smoothly for your team. So let's get into it. First off, one of the most important things to do is the curation of your activities, hazards, and controls database. So here, again, encourage you to watch the video where I go into more detail on this. But as employees are using the system and they identify gaps in the database as it exists, so activities are missing or hazards are missing or controls are missing, they have the ability to submit new submissions into the system. And when those are added, they get added here as unverified submissions. What's important that you do is on a regular basis, we would say at least weekly, you set some time aside to hop in here, look at these unverified entries, and basically come in here and either archive them if they're not relevant, or what we would do say is curate them. So lightning, if this is a hazard that you want to make sure is in your system, lightning, weather event in area, add a potential impact. So there's the potential for death, albeit somewhat unlikely. And then controls, maybe one of the things we could do is stop all work. And here, again, we see that that's not there. So we can add this as a new control. And what that's going to do is it's going to have a major reduction on the issue. So now we're happy with this, and now we'll just go in and verify this. So now we're done, and that's updated. So again, what we'd ask that you do, and just to keep things running smoothly, is at least on a weekly basis, come in here, see if there's anything unverified, and either archive it or kind of flesh it out so that your team can use it, and it'll make sure that it improves their experience. And the reason this is really important is that, people are adding these things because they feel like there's a gap in the system. And unless we're coming in and kind of closing those gaps, people will feel a little bit discouraged and won't engage with the system in the way that we want them to, because we think it's the way to move things forward. So that's number one, the kind of setting up of this stuff. Next one up is the closing of observations. So here, again, as observations are submitted, again, detailed video on that, but we think it's really important that we close observations so that we can really track them. So here, chemical handling issue, we've come in, we've done all of our items. We want to make sure that we close these so that they're removed from our list. When we look at an observation, what we might want to do is, again, either associate some hazards, create mitigating tasks, maybe start an investigation, give a little bit of a quality response, and then close it. And as we close them, we know when we look at the list, those are done. We don't have to worry about them anymore. And you can just stay on top of things and make sure that people are getting the details that they need. Additionally, one of the other things, just as a side note while we're talking about observations, but this is true for tasks and kind of across the board, we typically see great responses if managers and supervisors are actively engaging in the system and kind of leaving feedback for your team. It's something that people aren't used to, especially with health and safety software. So the more that you can be, commenting, reacting, giving people positive feedback, the more you're going to see them engage with the system, and ultimately that's going to make your job easier. One of the final items I want to share here is just around working hours. So for us to be able to provide you with insights into some high-level health and safety statistics like TRIR and things like that, we need to know what are the total hours worked on, in your company or on the various work sites, because that's part of that equation, and it's not information that we can capture, through the regular use of our software. So, on a monthly basis, we would just ask that you go into, each work site, and you can see that down here we have the option to enter personnel hours. So if I go back, let me go to this other one. you can see that on a month-by-month basis, we can enter how many hours of work took place, and then we can enter, a month, and we could say 5,000 hours. We can add that, and now that gives us the ability to calculate how many incidents or near misses, etc., were recorded, and to calculate a TRIR for that period. So again, just one of those things, kind of from a maintenance perspective, we'd ask that you enter to keep things running smoothly. So that's it. Hope that's helpful. Thank you very much.